Hey, it's Kyle from Kool Kollectibles, just doing another quick retrospective review for Hot Toys figures that I've got. And these three are the Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man and Christopher Reeve Superman figures. And they really are really well done by Hot Toys. Definitely glad I picked those up early last year, I think it was, when they first came out. Definitely the Christopher Reeve head sculpt is probably one of Hot Toys' best that they've ever done, and the way they've done the suits for these two Spider-Man figures is really nice, and I think in fact the black suit Spider-Man is actually even better. You can feel there's sort of like a different texture to that one. This one's a bit more felt like, and this one's a bit of a almost a spandex look, I guess. And this one's got a nice sort of reflective texture, rubbery texture to it. And the body in the black Spider-Man itself is actually a step up from the body on the original Spider-Man. Just a quick look at the packaging. These three probably have some of the best MMS type packaging I've seen. Really nice sort of embossed pattern look to these two, with some great artwork on the back and on the slip inside as well. So for those two, the packaging is nicely done, and the Superman one, which you've probably seen already, is up there, which is a really nice display piece as well. So I think I'll probably keep that on display up there for quite a while now. So back onto the figures. The articulation on these guys is awesome, as you'd probably expect for superhero figures. All three of them here, I've pretty much got them in boring poses. They can be put into really dynamic poses, but I guess I'm just a bit too paranoid about overstretching the outfits. On the Spider-Man, it's got a really nice webbing effect on the suit, with the embossed spider as well. And the way they've done the boots, I guess, are really nice as well. The fabric actually sort of, it doesn't actually get sewn on here, it's tucked into these boots, and people who have had their ankles broken because of this figure has pretty loose ankles, they've had to take these out, and it's not quite the same after you do that. So hopefully mine don't break anytime soon. Accessory wise, both of these guys come with all the different sorts of Spider-Man hands, the web slinging hands and fists and casual hands, which are all in the box actually, so I won't bother taking those out. Now the black Spider-Man also comes with the Peter Parker head sculpt. I've only tried to take off that head and put this on a couple of times, and each time pulling either head off has pretty much pulled the neck socket right out of the shoulders, and it's pretty painful trying to get it back in. So I don't think I'll do that again, if at all. I'll leave that. If I ever get around to doing a custom Peter Parker, I might put that on. I've seen some on the Freaks forum and so on, how people have done Peter Parker figures where they're, he's holding a camera or riding a bike or something like that, which look pretty good. So on this particular figure, they definitely strengthen the ankles as opposed to that figure, and I think, yeah, the body overall is a bit stiffer and just feels a bit better quality. Even the stitching is pretty good. Luckily for me, the stitching on my Spider-Man is pretty close to perfect. There were a whole bunch of issues where the head had huge bumps on them, and even on the black suit Spider-Man the stitching was pretty bad on some that I saw on the web, but luckily the ones I got were pretty good. He's got the same sort of I think it's a better pattern than the one that was on the red and blue. But overall, the suit is definitely a step up. I think you can sort of see the reflective texture on that. So I'm definitely glad I got both variants. the prices are pretty steep these days, I think, particularly for the red and blue. So I'm definitely glad I picked them up before they shot up in price. And I got the Christopher Reeve Superman pretty soon after release, so the price was pretty normal. I guess at the time the only thing I regret is not getting the Sideshow exclusive with the kryptonite chain, which would have been a nice accessory. Oh, and the other thing I probably should mention is that these MMS figures actually came with some really good diorama pieces. So with the black Spider-Man you get the Sandman structure in the back, and the red and blue Spider-Man you get his, well, I guess rooftop display piece, which I've got Michelangelo on at the moment, and Superman you get the Fortress of Solitude. So I'm really hoping to see what they release with the Man of Steel figure, which I don't think will come out until at least 2014, which is okay by me. I just really hope the movie is good. Now the figure itself, the outfits, people complained about the sort of shiny texture to it, but I think it looks, you know, as iconic as he deserves. And I've got him that sort of famous pose of his. But the Fortress of Solitude comes with a flight stand that you can put him in all sorts of flying poses. So that's really good. You got to be careful with this particular figure, and try not to put any snags in the outfit. The only other concern I got is actually with the symbol, and you can probably see on mine that this corner here is coming off a little bit, but it's not too bad. I've seen some other figures which are quite a lot worse. So, and people were complaining about shrinkage on the actual symbol itself, but overall, from viewing distance, it's not too bad. The boots are sort of, the articulation is probably not as good as the Spider-Man figures, but that's probably due to the sort of stiffer material they've got there. But you can sort of still bend those into pretty decent flight poses, and the overall articulation on the figure is just as good. They used a slightly bigger, more muscular body, which is pretty suitable for that character. So I'm glad I got all three of these. They look, I think because of the bright colours, they really do stand out in the display. I mean, if you just look at the sort of characters I got now, everything's pretty bland. So you put the bright reds and so on, they really do stand out in the display. So again, yeah, with these Hot Toys, it's probably, the Superman figure is probably still quite cheap, but the other two I think are getting up there in price. So now's probably the time to try and find one if you really do want the Spider-Man. I'm still in two minds about the Amazing Spider-Man figure that's hopefully coming out in the next couple of months. Hopefully they fix some of the issues with the suit and the head sculpt and so on. So I'll see how it turns out and make a decision then if I want to get that one. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and hope you like the retrospective looks. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.